Look at the little airplane. They got a dummy in there too. Midnight, half past midnight when I roll in there, of course it's going to be full. Not only is it a truck stop in California, but it's at the top of a mountain pass. You got a whole bunch of drivers, all tired from, exhausted from the white knuckle of the twisting and winding and climbing and everything else, on either side of this mountain pass. And right at the very tippy top is this little pilot with, I think only 80 parking spots. Man, the entire town, the Starbucks, full of tractor trailers. The McDonald's, full of tractor trailers. The side streets, lined with tractor trailers on either side. You could hardly get through. It was like one lane traffic because of everybody parking there. At the truck stop itself, there were 2 open spots. And, I thought, holy cow, how lucky am I? There's 2 open spots. And the minute I started trying to back into one of them, I realized why there were open spots. The way that the drivers had parked on either side of that open spot made it damn near impossible to get in there. One would be sticking out way too far, one would be really close to the line, and there wasn't much of an alley between the parking here. There wasn't much space between them for you to be able to swing your tractor around. So I tried a couple times, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm tired. Oh, there's a little creek down there. Look at that. Cool. I'm tired. I'm grouchy. I don't have the time for this, and it's a busy as can be truck stop. So the longer I'm crooked in the middle of that little alleyway between the parking spots, trucks that have finished fueling and are on their way out themselves are waiting on me. I said to hell with it, and left that little town. I was going to try to be one of the drivers that found parking on one of the side streets, and then a California Highway Patrol officer pulls up, to a stop sign, 4-way stop. I'm in one corner, he's at the other, and he's just looking at me. And even though he had right away to go, like he had stopped at the stop sign before me, he just sat there and kind of waited, like, looking, what are you going to do, driver? Are you going to park illegally? Am I going to watch you park illegally? And I was like, oh man, nah, CHP is looking at me. He's just waiting for me to do something. He wants to see what I'm going to do. And I said, screw it. So I headed back towards the interstate, got onto the on-ramp, and there was a dirt shoulder. And decided, you know what, that's where I'm parking tonight. I had another maybe hour and a half, I think, to drive, but I was already tired. I knew I had time to get to where I'm going. There was water over there too. So I decided I wasn't going to fart with it. And of course, on the on-ramp, a bunch of no parking signs. So I parked right in front of a sign that says no parking anytime. Me and like 5 other trucks, because of the unavailability of parking. And that's where I spent the night. No biggie. Nobody hassled me. CHP didn't come and bust my chops about it. So, all's well that ends well, I suppose. But, yeah, parking. Oh my gosh. That's why driving at night is not a bad deal. Because it's just so damn hard to find parking anywhere. Everybody wants to drive during the day because, well, I mean, obviously, daytime, you can see. And, your body's more used to being awake during the day and asleep during the night. I'll let this guy know he can come over. Oh, except for he don't want to come over, neither do I. I gotta move over this way. You can see during the day. Your body likes being awake during the day. But night driving, less traffic, less open scales, and then by the time it's time to shut down, everybody else is getting going for the day, so you can usually find parking easier. But it's lonely. You can't call anybody because everybody's asleep. It's dark, your body doesn't like it. I think I've said all of this before, but it's just sticking out in my mind again because that's the reality of it. If you drive during the day and you get time to shut down, by the time 4, 5, 6 o'clock rolls around, you better be looking for parking, because after 4 p.m. any truck stop, especially in California, you might as well just start looking for a dirt lot somewhere or a shoulder you can stop off on, because there ain't no parking. Well, I think we're down and out of that pass. It was really pretty, and I wanted to catch a little bit of it on camera again because, you know, I'm just captivated by this. Oregon's very pretty, but yeah, like I would not mind living here. Look at this. It's just pretty. Oh man. I get excited too because I'm from Arizona and, you know, it's desert. I'm from northern Arizona. It's forest, you know, pine forest, but there's not, you know, rivers every which way you look and lakes and green grass and fields and stuff like that. So when I start seeing stuff like that, I get very excited because I'm not used to it. You know, when I look up and I see all these deciduous trees and all this green grass and stuff like that, that's different for me. That's foreign to me. Look at the little airplane. They got a dummy in there too. That's an airport. What? That didn't look like no airport. Where's the runway? Oh, there's another triple there with paint on the tires. Oh, there's a way station coming up, it says. What? Why is there a way station? Anyways, yeah, no, I get excited when I see stuff like this because I'm totally not used to it. I'm used to dry, arid climate with, you know, with no water. And so, like, you know, evergreens like the ponderosa pines and the pinyon pine trees, they do all right, but you don't see a whole bunch of leafy trees that are different colors and stuff like this. And grass, like grass. I am not used to seeing grass. And I still live in Arizona, you know, and I live in more of a desert climate than what I grew up in. So grass, you just don't see grass. Sounds weird. No lane changes ahead. Oh, we're probably actually... I might stop and start this recording again. I think we're going to get back into something real pretty here again because it's starting to get real twisty and windy on the, at least that's what it looks like on the GPS. They're bringing the speed limit down to 50 mile an hour. No lane changes, so it's probably going to get kind of twisty. What do we got going on here? Yeah, this is going to be an interesting area. 45 mile an hour turn. Alright, let's slow this down. That trucker is braver than me. This is a tight turn. This is a very tight turn. Yeah. 45 miles an hour. I wouldn't want to go any faster than that here. Ooh-wee. Yeah, it's another pretty area. Another very pretty area. There's a little river down there, a creek, whatever. I'm trying to scan my mirrors here around these bends, see, especially on these on-ramps, see if somebody tries to creep up and pass me on the right-hand side. Never a good idea, just so you know. I mean, I got all these mirrors and stuff, but that doesn't mean I can see you, especially if you pass me on the right-hand side. We refer to the right-hand side as the blind side, because you just cannot see. If somebody's alongside me on that side, can't see them, you know, more than likely. If I'm trying to reverse on that side, I can't see. You know, as soon as the trailer starts angling that way, it blocks the mirror completely. It's the blind side. This is the sight side, this is the blind side. This is the passing side, this is suicide. Oh yeah, this is pretty again. I'm glad I'm still filming. Use right lane, next 1.5 miles for trucks. Because they got a scale coming up. They want us in the right lane for the scale. Make sure our trucks are safe for their roads, that they're not overweight or in disrepair or whatever. Right lane only, way in motion. Wonder if the scale's open or not. Not that I'm worried. You know, we're definitely not overweight. but no, we're definitely not out of spec. To the best of my knowledge, the only thing wrong with this combination right now is that one tail light I was talking about. We'll see if the scale's open. If it is, I'm gonna, when I go through, I'm gonna take off this hat because that might lead to some questions. All trucks over 20,000 pounds. Yeah, we're definitely over 20,000 pounds. I think just the tractor by itself is 20,000 pounds. They've got that thing really close to the fog line there. Like if I was over the white line just a little bit, I'd probably hit that sign. Pre-clearance sight. Let's see if they give me a light at all. Oh, it's closed. It doesn't matter anyways. Yeah, see, nothing. They've got the sensors and they've got some pre-clearance, some kind of pre-clearance program going on, but I don't think it's pre-pass. I don't think Oregon does pre-pass at all, because the other scale, the port of entry that I went through when I first got into the state, they didn't, there was nothing on the transponder at all there either. But when I rolled over that scale, I'm actually thinking I might want to slide my fifth wheel just a little bit, because my steers were close. Like they were like 11,700 or something, which I'm allowed 12,000. So they're close, and I've been noticing, they've got the air pressure in them is right where it needs to be, but they always look like they're a little bit squat. So maybe I'll ask Grant, the guy that I was training with, where he has his fifth wheel, because it was always fine. It was always like 10 to 11,000 pounds, no matter what, even on heavy loads. His steers were always fine, and his tires didn't look like they were squatting like mine do. So I wonder exactly where his is at, how many notches back it is, because his truck it's the exact same as mine, it's just blue. It's the same year. In fact, the number sequence isn't even that far off. His is a 200, mine's a 202. So, I mean, they're pretty much exactly the same. His has a couple of features enabled on it that mine doesn't, which I'm a little bit jealous about. When I bring this truck in for service, I'm going to see if they can't enable a couple of those little features. Like one is manual shift mode. This automatic truck, just like some cars, you can switch it over so you can change the gears yourself. This guy's trying to pass me, and he's going to lose it on this hill. It's the trouble about not being loaded super heavy. He's probably heavier than I am, so we start up this little incline, and he starts losing speed, and I haven't lost any speed. Come on, man. Get around me already. I don't like being side by side like this. He's just going to cut right in front of me, isn't he? Yep. Look at that. That's not very nice, trucker. Oh, we've been playing leapfrog for a while. I've seen this truck. I've passed him, he's passed me, I've passed him, he's passed me, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, no, so if I try to put it in manual shift mode, it says manual shifting not enabled. So what I gather from that, especially since there's the button for it and it says not enabled, is that is a thing that can be enabled. So when I bring it in for service, since it's got to be serviced anyways, I'm going to ask the guys at the shop, can you please turn this feature on? Because, some of these mountain passes and grades and stuff, it'd be really nice. The truck sometimes wants to anticipate what gear to be in, so I'll be in 12th gear at the top of the hill, and I know it's not that steep, that if I just go down to 11th or 10th and keep it in that gear and just keep the Jake brake on, stage 1, that it'll carry its way down the hill. But the truck, sometimes when I turn on the Jake brake, because I don't have manual shift mode, it wants to anticipate, so it feels it out, and it sends it down into 9th gear, and the RPMs go way up high, and I don't like that at all. And then on the other side of the hill, it'll want to coast, so it puts itself into neutral, into coast mode, until I hit the speed threshold, and then it, boom, drops it back into 9th gear. I just do not like when it does that. I want to be able to select my gear before the start of that grade and keep it in that gear the whole way down the grade. But the truck doesn't want to do that in automatic mode. So I'm going to see if they can do that. There's another feature that his truck has that mine doesn't with the transmission. It's called performance mode. Right now it's in economy mode, and that's the only mode that I have. So it tries to shift in such a way and it'll lug the gears to get the best fuel economy, which is good. I mean, right now we're averaging 7.6 miles per gallon, which, you know, could be better, but is also really not bad when you consider, you know, just the size of this truck, the weight that it's pulling, and, you know, the mountains that we're climbing all the time. You know, almost 8 miles to the gallon, not bad. But performance mode will, you know, kind of gear the truck towards gaining speed faster. You know, it sacrifices a little bit of fuel economy for a little bit more performance. And there are times where I want that added performance. Trucks, right lane only. Yeah, because it's another climb, we're going to go slow. You know, where it, you know, instead of shifting, you know, upshifting at only 1200 RPMs, it'll let it rev up to 1600 RPMs, and, you know, gives it a little bit more torque, you know, a little bit more vroom vroom. All right, time for the hazards. We're slowing down, which means we're probably going to pass guy in the blue truck again because he's going to lose it on this hill. But man, look at all this road work. Maybe I'll just stay behind blue truck because it looks like we're coming up on the other side of this hill pretty soon anyways. Oh, but he's going so painfully slow. How fast is he going? He's going 25. We're going to get stuck behind him anyways. There's traffic coming up on us. Oh, I'll just get stuck behind him. I'll let it happen. Leave my hazards on so that the next driver behind me knows I'm going painfully, ridiculously slow. 26 miles an hour. Ugh. I don't want to keep playing leapfrog with him. I wish he'd exit or something. Maybe I'll be the next one to exit. Oh, somebody hit that guardrail. Yikes. Those trucks have always been interesting to me because they're trucks that are designed to get rear-ended. That's their function. Ooh. All right. Going down the hill now. We're going to just let that guy in front of us kind of control our truck, because since we have the cruise control set, adaptive cruise control is looking at his speed and trying to keep a safe following distance, and it's doing a pretty good job. But I am going to get out of 9th gear. I want 10th. See, that's the problem. And I'll bet you it shoots itself back down into 9th gear and revs it all up again before too long here. Distance warning my ass. Stop it. Trying to keep a safe distance, and the truck is like, no, you're too close to the guy in front of you. But no, I am not. Okay. Off of that hill. Better. Yeah, I think we're through the super duper pretty mountain pass again. Some of these places though, like, I'd live there in a minute. Yeah, I'll pick it back up when we're getting closer to where we're going.